Hello, it's Randi Rhodes. Here's a clip from our show, and go to randyrhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little man. The fault.
We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Hillary Clinton.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Oh,
Turn up your mind.
Who's your favorite foreign leader?
Who's my favorite?
Just name anywhere in the country, any one of the continents, any country. Name one foreign leader that you respect and look up to. Anybody.
Mine was Shimon Peres.
No, okay, I'm talking about living. Go ahead. Oh, you got to do this. Anywhere, any continent. Canada, Mexico, Europe, over there, Asia, South America, Africa. Name a foreign leader that you respect.
I guess I'm having an Aleppo moment in the former president of Mexico.
But I'm giving you the whole world.
I know.
Anybody in the world you like. Anybody. Pick any leader.
The former president of Mexico.
Which one?
I'm having a brain.
Name anybody.
Fox.
Okay, who's your favorite foreign leader? Get him off the hook. Name a foreign leader you respect.
He was terrific.
Any foreign leader?
Merkel.
Okay, Merkel. Okay, fine. Save yourself.
He's a jackass.
Can't argue with that.
Oh, my God. We are so screwed. Oh! These are our choices. These are them. These are the choices. That was Gary Johnson last night on Hardball, and he was given the entire world. Give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world. That's what apparently he needed, was 22 minutes. He could not name one single foreign leader that he liked under pressure. He said he pulled an Aleppo. You know, when you start naming your gaffes, you're screwed. I mean, let's not. It's not an Aleppo. It's a Gary Johnson. Pull a Johnson, everybody. Go ahead, pull a Johnson. Next time you have a brain fart, just say, "Oh, pulled a Johnson." Sounds dirty, and it works. Everybody will know what you mean. Rick Perry is going to start telling Gary Johnson jokes. Oops. Oh my God. Hey, these are the, so can you imagine, like these millennials, like the one that called me, your phone was so bad. If you could get on a landline and call me back, the last caller for the show yesterday, amazing. A millennial who, doesn't know what his options are. He just doesn't know. So, I guess he would vote third party. So you vote third party, and what? You're going to vote for a guy who's going to walk around the G8 summit and say things like, "And your name is?" There's only 8. You can't memorize 8 people. It's unbelievable. Even Trump can name world leaders. Even Trump. Mexican President Peña. Kim Jong-un. And of course, Putin is his screensaver, naked from the waist up. So yes, he can name some leaders. Bad ones. His favorite ones. All right, so I think that pretty much, settles the third party choice. Shouldn't it settle the third party? Does it settle the third? Okay, millennials, you ne'er-do-well freaks. 561-270-3844. That should seal the deal. The guy needs to go back to edibles and just relax and call it a life. Oh, my God. And, Bill Weld should be at the top of that ticket, not Gary Johnson, but Bill Weld can't be at the top of that ticket because Bill Weld is friends with Hillary Clinton. They are good friends. They are close friends. I think that they got in this to peel votes off of Donald Trump. I really believe that because there are people that cannot vote for Donald Trump. But what's happening is there are people who think they can't vote for Hillary Clinton for some freaky reason. Apparently, Donald Trump's reason is that Hillary Clinton stood by her man. Because he just gave some sort of a vile speech that only Fox News carried, by the way. Did you see the story today that Fox News told Sean Hannity to quit, citing snap polls, that they're not accurate, that they're not scientific, that they're not worth quoting? Fox actually sent a memo out that Business Insider got hold of, and the memo that they sent out clearly said to Sean Hannity and other hosts who would quote snap polls, this does not meet our editorial standards, which was shocking to me because I did not know they had editorial standards over at the Fox. But apparently, since Ailes has gone to the Trump campaign, they're free now to start learning editorial principles. So everybody told Sean to shut the hell up about these stupid polls. You're making us look ridiculous. And we are a network that already looks ridiculous. We put talking points on the screen while somebody's talking. It's ridiculous, that channel. So Donald Trump said today he is going to bring up Monica Lewinsky. This is not going to go well for him. I just can't imagine that Hillary Clinton is shocked to find out that, in 1998, her husband had an affair. I just don't think this is going to catch her off guard. I just don't think that this is like, oh my, thanks for telling me. I had no, Bill, get in here. What is that? And she's a hero in this. No matter how you slice this story, Hillary Clinton is the hero in all of this. She was furious. She wrote about it in her book. She was furious. She was blindsided. Bill was telling her one thing and the truth was another thing. And then he went on TV and apologized to her. A public apology, which many of us would love to have. Howard.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. For what?
I'm sorry.
For breathing. Oh, God, last night in the middle of the night, he's crumpling something, the packages, crumpling the packages, crumpling. And I'm like, oh, my God, he's waking me up, crumpling, and he's chewing and eating. It's cookies. He's eating cookies in the bed. In the middle of his sleep, he's sleeping, eating the cookies, sleeping and eating the cookies. And then, I want to calm him down, so I do a little bunda rub. You ever do that to a man? Oh, they love that.
What is it?
A bunda rub. It's where you rub the bunda. The bunda. This is a Chucky. That's a bunda. This is my Chucky. This is my bunda. This is my Chucky. This is my bunda. One is my weapon. One is my bunda. So anyway, I was rubbing his bunda, trying to get him to, go back to sleep. And he starts going, I'm dreaming. Eating the cookie and rubbing the bunda. And then I just said, why can't you go? Because I'm dreaming and I'm eating and I'm dreaming and I'm eating. So, I got like 5 seconds worth of, so this is the apology I get. I'm sorry, but he doesn't know what for. But Bill Clinton got on the national television. I apologized to my wife. He had a 68% approval rating while he was being impeached. This is not going to go well for idiot boy Trump, who has absolutely no experience governing. Bitch set him up yesterday. Set him up at the debate with this Machado thing. And by the way, this prompted the media, not the TV media. No, this prompted the print media to go ahead and look into other contestants from his other pageants. It wasn't, he didn't just buy Miss Universe. He bought Miss USA too, not Miss America. Miss America is a scholarship pageant that we're supposed to take seriously in the 21st century. But Miss USA is a model pageant. That's what it is. It's just a model. And did you ever wonder why? Donald Trump hates Rosie O'Donnell so much? See, I know this because I've known Rosie for a long time. I wish I knew her better, but I've known her since probably 2004. There's some, old photos of us floating around somewhere, but she's an amazing comedian. She's hysterically funny. I used to go see her when I was a kid, and she was a kid, actually. She used to do East Side Comedy Club out on Long Island, and I had a girlfriend that lived out there, and so I would go sleep over at my girlfriend's house, and we'd go to that comedy club. Her parents would drive us, and, we would get in, with fake ID and go watch Rosie. And she was always hysterical. You would laugh so hard you'd cry. She's so talented. It's crazy. So do you ever wonder why Donald hates Rosie? Here, watch this. And for those of you who don't have the boob tube, just listen. You'll be able to hear.
Well, because this show, The Apprentice,
wait a minute.
starting again in January.
I'm sorry. This is 2006, okay? This is one of the other contestants. This is a Miss USA contestant. I wonder if everybody remembers Tara Conner. She was from Kentucky. She won Miss USA. Donald Trump was not happy with her, and he sent her to rehab, okay? So this is Rosie commenting on Donald Trump's handling of little Tara O'Connor, who is all of 20 years old.
Allowing, well, because his show, The Apprentice, is starting again in January.
Oh, yeah.
He held a big press conference to see if he was going to allow Miss USA, such a prestigious title, to regain
Well, it's
and
supposed to
retain.
be.
Miss America is the prestige. Miss USA is a different thing.
Representing America in a bathing suit.
Yes, it's basically a model competition. Let's be realistic, okay?
What about peace in the world? They always want peace in the
They
world.
have one question in Miss USA.
And they always say,
I'd like to cure cancer and end world hunger. And then I'd like to go to Studio 54 and do some crack. But apparently, this young girl, Tara Connor, how old is she? 21. She went out and she was partying. She's from Kentucky.
She's so cute.
She went to New York and she was hanging out at all the parties, doing what Paris and Lindsay do, dancing, whatever. And so he held a press conference to announce whether or not she was going to retain her crown.
Yeah.
And then she started to cry.
She did.
So I just want to thank Donald is giving me a second chance. And
brilliant.
there he is, hair looping, going, everyone deserves a second chance.
She looks just like him.
Second chance.
Your hair is perfect for that.
Listen, he annoys me on a multitude of levels. He's the moral authority. Left the first wife, had an affair. Left the second wife, had an affair. Had kids both times, but he's the moral compass for 20-year-olds in America. Donald, sit and spin, my friend. I don't enjoy him.
Okay, so that happened in 2006. That is why Donald Trump hates Rosie O'Donnell. He can't get over it. He mentioned her in the freaking debate the other night, right?
Some of it said somebody who's been very vicious to me, Rosie O'Donnell. I said very tough things to her, and I think everybody would agree that she deserves it, and nobody feels sorry for her. But
no, nobody thinks she deserves it. It was comedy. It's funny. She actually imitates you better than anybody I've ever seen, including the Saturday Night Live dude. Okay? And this is what Donald Trump did. He went on Inside Edition. Oh my God, I remember being on Inside Edition. That was a bad day for me. You remember that day? Oh my God, I don't know how to wear clothes. I have no idea what I'm doing. And that day was particularly painful. I chose to wear a white long sleeve, sort of a button down shirt and top it with a bright yellow trucker's vest. And they filmed me walking down the hallway at WIOD. And they introduced me because I have driven a truck over the road. I did a year over the road truck driving, hauling beer from Milwaukee to Houston and back. And so they said, ex-truck driver. Like the 15 years I had spent prior in radio. Forget that experience, okay? The ex-truck driver. And they show me lumbering down the hallway because I was packing about 20 more pounds. Donald Trump would have fired me, put it that way, okay? So, there's something so wrong with what he's saying and doing. And this is what he did. He got on Inside Edition, which, by the way, was hosted by Bill O'Reilly back in the day, okay? That's like, we'll do it live. That's from the Inside Edition days, okay? So they've been friends all these freaking years. So they sat him down, Trump, on Inside Edition, and he went off on poor Rosie.
Well, Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her, she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. Rosie attacked me personally because I was very happy when her talk show failed. The other thing that failed, and this was a real monster, and everybody was suing her, was her magazine. Her magazine called Rosie was a total disaster. So I loved it. I gloat over it. I think it's wonderful because I like to see bad people fail. Rosie failed. I'm happy about it. She's basically a disaster. Well, she called me a snake oil salesman. And, coming from Rosie, that's pretty low because when you look at her and when you see the mind is weak. I don't see it. I don't get it. I never understood. How does she even get on television? I believe Barbara made a terrible mistake putting her on, and I think Barbara's probably paying a big price. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. But it's not the chubbiness. Rosie is a very unattractive person, both inside and out. Rosie's a person that's very lucky to have her girlfriend. And she better be careful or I'll send one of my friends over to pick up her girlfriend. Why would she stay with Rosie if she had another choice? She's trying to use ABC and The View to get even with me. But with me, we fight back. I'll probably sue Rosie because she doesn't tell the facts. As an example,
this still goes on.
Many billions of dollars.
There's
now,
more.
She said I was bankrupt. I never went bankrupt. So probably I'll sue her because it would be fun. I'd like to take some money out of her fat ass pockets.
Oh,
I
my
actually think
God.
they ought to look at her whole life and see where she's coming from, because I think she's got some very deep-seated problems. Perhaps it should be Rosie that goes to rehab. Rosie is a loser.
He is such a pig. He's such a horrible, horrible person. And there's something, deranged about him that he can't let go of something that happened in jest. It was comedy, and she's great at it. And we all know in the wrong hands, it's dangerous. I've lived through that. But she's hysterical. She's funny. She's quick-witted. She's raised all these beautiful children. I mean, I remember the Rosie show. She was the queen of nice. And this slob, he's fat too. Not that should matter. And he runs around with Chris Christie. Just saying. You know what I mean? So, what is this? Listen, he's a huckster. He's a con man. He's the P.T. Barnum of all time. I mean, that's what he is. Anyway, we got bigger fish to fry. Apparently, he's also broken the law. Miami, I want you to listen. Exile community in Miami, older people in Miami. Go get your parents. Marco! Little Marco! You could have won. You did no opposition research, little Marco. Damn it.
For a commercial-free, on-demand, whenever, wherever listening experience, visit RandiRhodes.com for your personal premium podcast today.